Welcome back, movement specialists, to another edition of Triplane Function, but this time it's going to be the dysfunctional series. We're going to be working on some dysfunction here. Really special episode today. I actually have my mentor here, Fabian. I worked with him the first year. I was working as a therapist. This guy trained me, so it's definitely a treat to give him a hand today and help him out. Fabian and I were kind of talking. He's newer to CrossFit. He's been having a lot of shoulder pain. And Fabian, just kind of tell us, when are you having the shoulder pain? When is it becoming an issue for you?
It's been a really big issue when I'm doing an overhead press. I just can't follow the teacher's guidelines of keeping those elbows up. When I try, I'm having a lot of tightness and pain on the right posterior shoulder.
Posterior shoulder, okay.
And I just can't get it.
Okay, all right. So how would I assume, like, what kind of workouts are you doing right now? Like, what things are you doing a lot of exercise?
Doing a lot of pull-ups, push-ups, burpees, that kind of workout. Okay.
Well, I know maybe in some of our last videos where Andrew and I did the glute and the pec, maybe some of you were thinking, how did you know to go after that? How did you think? Well, there's a lot of things we can go after, but with this front rack position, we know that it comes a lot from the scapula, and we got to think about, okay, well, in this position, we have to get full external rotation of the shoulders, okay? And so we need that post cap to be supple. But Fabian just told me pull-ups, and from knowing Fabian, when we were talking before we started filming, his favorite thing to do is pull-ups. So let's think about that function of the lat. And we're not gonna go into what the lat does. Please watch our muscle function video of the lat. But with that attachment that it has to that inferior angle, that lat can just throw this shoulder into internal rotation. If you look to Fabian at the side, shoulders, it's not terrible, but you can see it's a little internally rotated. So if he's already in an internally rotated position, can you think about how hard that is for him to get into this externally rotated position in the front rack to where it can clear and he's not having pain, okay? So let's pre and post test. I'm gonna give Fabian a bar here. And Fabian, I want you just to show us here what it looks like when you press, okay? Give us just 3 presses, all right?
All right, you got it.
Is that the best you can get your elbows?
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, boy, okay. Good. All the way up. Good. Perfect. All right. Can you bring it back down? And Fabian, I'm guessing that gets tougher with a heavier load, I'm guessing?
Yeah, a bit tougher.
Now, you see when we're up here, we would like that bar to be kind of resting across that anterior delt, so with heavier loads, that's got to be really, really hard for him. And obviously with a heavier load, that challenges that external rotation even more. So we're going to go after that lat. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple stretches you maybe didn't see in the muscle function video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a bench out here. I'll put it right here. Fabian, let me come over this side. And I'm going to have him kind of externally rotate a little bit with these arms out like this. And we're going to hit this lat and tricep complex here. I'm going to ask him, I hope you can see this at home. I'm going to check the camera real quick. All right, excellent, Fabian. So what I'm going to ask him to do is, I want him to kind of just sink back, get into that sagittal plane there. Kind of come back, there you go. Give me 7 more of those. How's that feeling, Fabian?
Feeling it tight.
Feeling it tight? Yep. Big stretch?
It's good.
Excellent. Good.
Starting to loosen.
Starting to loosen, good. Perfect. And then when you get to 10, we're going to do that frontal plane. So how we move that frontal plane? We can move those hips side to side, right? All right, Fabian. Good. So he's leaning more to that side. When you lean more to that right side, you get more of a stretch on that side.
More so on the right.
Okay, excellent. Perfect. We're going to do 10 of these. It's a great way to free up that lat tricep complex here. Excellent, baby. Now this might be a little challenging in the transverse plane, but if Fabian was a little yogi, I'd have his feet in the push-up position. Right now he's on his knees, but I'd have him almost be in a push-up position. But that seems to be, this is where he can tolerate it. So I want him to kind of turn that torso the best he can, rotate. He doesn't like to rotate too much, but that's all right. Reason why we like these triplane movements is this gets the spine going. And we know if we don't fix the spine, that scapula is never going to be able to glide the way it needs to. So this is a good way to create more mobility of the thoracic spine, where that scapula glides along those ribs there. How's that, Fabian?
Yeah, I feel like my head wants to turn in that direction.
Feel like it does?
It's even harder if I try to keep my face forward.
Okay.
So I think I'm compensating a little bit.
Absolutely, he is.
But it's helping.
You guys can't see this on camera, but he's actually a little restricted when he tries to turn his head to the left, which means, hey, that levator, that upper trap, we got some other issues maybe we have to clean up there. Good, Fabian. Okay, have you relax?
Okay.
Take another stretch here for him. Let me fix the camera real quick. All right, Fabian, we're going to use this wall here, and just kind of similar to what we were doing. Let's take that elbow here. Let's have you pre-position here, and I want you just to give me 10 like this. Really lean forward. Give me 10. Keep that palm up. Externally rotate, okay? 10, and we'll do the transverse plane. Excellent. Perfect. How's that? More of a stretch when you get away?
Definitely feeling it.
Definitely feeling it.
Oh yeah.
Good. And these are something I'd like you to do too before you guys do any shoulder overhead movement. And then when you're done, we're going to go sagittal plane. Perfect.
Okay.
We're going to go sagittal, we're going to do 10 sagittal. So also, let's think about this front rack. This doesn't just apply to weightlifters. You know, I had a guy I was treating with, you know, if we can't create this whole external rotation, this might be leading to some of your elbow and even wrist pain. So really, I mean, we got to think about this. This is the primary engine of the entire arm. So if we can clean up the shoulder, chances are, not for all of you, but maybe you'll see this elbow and this wrist pain go away. A lot of times I've had a lot of people who tell me they do things overhead. They're setting up equipment at Target overnight, or they're traveling, they're always throwing their carry-ons up high. He's like, we got to really have good external rotation, so it doesn't just apply to weightlifters. Okay, Fabian, last one, we'll do frontal plane, okay? So what Fabian's going to do is he's going to have his arm up, he's going to reach over, and he's going to come behind here. Use those hips and that arm, combine it. Yep, perfect. Excellent. How's that feeling?
This one's more challenging.
This one's more challenging, all right. Doesn't like that frontal plane too much.
That glenohumeral is burning.
Burning? Ooh, okay. And this is good too. With that weight against the wall, he's giving himself a little bit of a posterior capsule mobilization also too, hitting that joint capsule. All right, now let's do the same exact thing. Let's get that other side. We want to even them out. We need both shoulders even.
All right.
There we go. Perfect. How's this one? This one easier?
Definitely easier.
Easier than the right? Okay, great.
Yeah, right side's more of the issue.
Right side's one issue. Okay. And also, you know, you guys can go after the pec too. You watch some of that pec dysfunction video, or even the muscle function of the pec. You guys can hit those up too. That'll definitely help you. But right now, we just want to see if this lat. I mean, the reason why we're going after lat is because Fabian told us he likes to do a lot of pull-ups, and I was able to chat with him before we started filming.
Third plane.
Yep.
Frontal.
Frontal. There we go. Yep. How's that? Is that more challenging too? Or the right?
I think, yeah, definitely the right side is more challenging.
All right.
But I know I also need it on the left.
Okay, absolutely. It's all about symmetry. And then we're going to bring in one more. We're going to do that we did in the muscle function video of the lat. Won't have Fabian do too many of them because I've really challenged him here big time with these. So if you remember, Andrew put me in the cage and he winded me up, and there was a couple positions I really didn't like. So what I'm going to have Fabian do is come stand where I am. Remember, grab your cupboard, your doorway, whatever it be. We don't have a cage here, so we're using the wall, so this definitely could apply to you at home. I want Fabian to sink back where he feels he gets that stretch, and he can reach across and do that transverse plane. He can kick his hips back to get that sagittal. He can do frontal here. He can reach over. I want him to do wherever he feels the most effective stretch. I'm going to let you play around and hunt and do 10 of wherever you want, or he can combine them all. Go ahead, Fabian, I'm going to check that camera real quick since we're by ourselves. Excellent. Good. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Combining them. Even kick that hip back a little bit. There you go. How's that? Getting it in here?
Actually feeling more T-spine.
T-spine, good. That's all right. What do we know? The more supple that T-spine is, the more glide we'll get with that scapula to get that external rotation. That's excellent. Good. Why don't you switch sides, Fabian?
Okay.
Getting a little glare from that door, but that's all right. Yep. And see how he switched his feet there? I hope you guys can see that at home. He switched his feet for us. And that's where he's feeling it the most. Great.
Yeah, I definitely feel lat more so when that same side leg.
Same side leg goes back. So he's feeling it more at home here. Remember, you may not feel that. You may have to come over here. You may have to put your leg out here. Remember, you are the expert. You know your body better than we do. Hunt around, play with those different positions, okay? You know where your most effective stretch is. And a couple more, Fabian, and then we'll post-test. See if his elbows are better.
Okay, Steve.
All right, perfect. So remember, front rack, arms at the side. The elbow to the shoulder never changes, okay? We flex the elbows up, we turn the hands, and they should be right here. We shouldn't see any of this deviating. We shouldn't see this. We should see the elbows be able to come up, okay? So if you're having some issues putting something overhead, whether it's, you know, little milk jug, I don't know, whatever it is, something heavy at home, lifting your carry-on, just check this position. This is easy to get here without weight, but as you'll see with Fabian in the beginning of the video, that load, it was tough for him. So Fabian, maybe stand over here. I'm gonna wheel this back to you. Got 85 pounds on the bar, so not a light load. Okay, can you get those elbows up more through? Perfect. You guys see that at home? You guys see that at home? I'm checking the camera. Excellent. See how this bar is able to rest on his deltoid now? And Fabian, let's turn to the side. We probably should have you do this in the beginning, but maybe turn to the side. Elbows up as much as you can. Elbows, 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 elbows. You see those elbows getting through now. That was great. Where were they in the beginning of the video? Just down here. Excellent. Now Fabian, give me an overhead press. Let's do 3. Back straight up, neutral, get everything sink tight. Good. Now turn front and give us 3 more. Elbows up, elbows up. There you go. There we go. It looks great. Tight. How does it feel? Less pain? Better?
Less pain.
Less pain. Excellent.
Definitely.
Good. All right, Fabian, why don't we stop? All right, guys. You can drop it. It's fine. All right, guys. If you're having an issue with that front rack doing something overhead, this is something you can try. Make sure that lat is very supple, because if it's restricting, remember, like I said, we're not going to get that full external rotation. Be on the lookout for more videos. Thanks for tuning in, guys.